If it's really prophetic, won't it come to pass anyway? Well, the short answer is no. We see in the Bible that Paul, talking to Timothy, commands him to wage a good warfare with the prophetic words he received. And then he mentions that some people derailed their faith because they didn't hold dear to some of the promises that God had spoken with a clear conscience and with faith. I think that when we talk about the sovereignty of God, we sometimes have this idea that if God said it, that settles it. The truth is, God invites us in His sovereignty into a relational dynamic. Yes, there are some words that are sovereign. God will do them without our permission and without our need for approval, just because He's God. But often when it comes to our personal prophetic dynamic, God is so committed to loving us well that He will not violate our will. He will not just simply overtake it and go, this is what I'm going to do whether you like it or not. He'll most often invite us into a relational dynamic. And He'll most often woo us before He does anything. He'll most often say, hey, come with me on a journey. He doesn't just want us to do things that simply remove our sense of will and our sense of partnership. Having said that, He is God. And sometimes He'll cut across our will in order to establish His purposes so that in the end, good will come to us and glory will come to His name. And so we've got to hold the prophetic intention. There's some aspects that are sovereign and God will simply do it. But more often than not, He's inviting us into a relational dynamic. And the main difference between fortune telling and the prophetic is that the prophetic is never fatalistic. Every single one of God's choice servants in Scripture had to make a decision to follow the purposes of God, to follow the prophetic leanings of God. And even if they did not, God simply would have chosen someone else. And so I want to posture myself, because I love Him, to follow in the confirmed prophetic leanings of God so that I can fulfill His will and see His purposes established.